On you bootlegger.
Headlines. President Obama is nearing a decision to send 34,000 additional U.S. troops to Afghanistan next year. In other news, a NATO airstrike on Friday reportedly killed 7 members of the Afghan security forces. The incident marks one of the worst cases of friendly fire in the course of the 8-year war.
Doing at work today. I talk to you today, an angry man. Still, my hope is that someday I don't have to be as cynical and as angry as I am right now. But I don't know. See, about 10 years ago, when our son went off to college, that is, before he moved back home, my wife had a healthy dose of depression. After that, I can't say who cheated on who first. I guess the likely conclusion is that I wasn't there for her. I wasn't. It was a little while after that the anxiety set in, this constant tug on my stomach. Now that's all I wake up to, that sick feeling. I don't know. I guess that pain is all I really have these days. The only thing to remind me I wasn't always like this. God, I don't know anymore. When I was going to college, I knew I wanted to practice law for a living. I've accomplished that much in my life. But back then all I cared about were those big words, justice, truth, idealistic shit like that. We used to call it the great mind fuck when we saw something that wasn't what we thought it was. When something was wrong with this world, we wanted to fix it. The lawyer I am today, hell, the only measure of truth I have is based on who pays me more to believe them. But after all these years, I think I've just forgotten how to care.
Killed 4 of our brothers and sisters fighting against this war has done one thing. It has galvanized us. Their death is the fuel to our fire to fight back against the oppression of our government and the destruction of our democracy. In a few moments, we march across the school grounds and into the streets to show our resistance to this insane war and the violent acts of our government. We show that patriotism is not sought through a shower of napalm on innocent villages, but by bringing the warmongers to justice. Blood on the streets of Kent State will not hold us back. We will not march in fear. Yeah.
I talk to you today, an angry man. And my hope is that one day I won't have to be as cynical and angry as I am right now. But I don't know. Still, as we gather here today with one common purpose, I ask you, what next? What happens next? Because today we prepare, we march, and then what? It's clear that we don't want this war. But even if the war miraculously ended tomorrow, does the world suddenly become some grand utopia? Vietnam is a problem, but it is not the problem. It is a symptom, a byproduct of something much larger, much worse. Our government claims to fight in the name of democratic values, or against that evil, terrible word, communism. But what are they really fighting for? Ask yourself that. Capitalism? What the hell is that? More clothes? More food? More gas? Color television. I'll tell you what it is. Dubbed one of the great evils of our time by Dr. King himself. Materialism. That's what this war is about. Our government rapes and mutilates the people of My Lai, and in the name of what? Our happiness? So that we might reign as some global superpower and reap the benefits? But technology, innovation, convenience, is that what it's all for? Are we happier?
Hey, smile for the camera. Merry Christmas.
Mommy, it's a Nintendo!
Is that what you wanted?
Uh-huh. Don't point it at people.
No, we are not happy. And we can never be happy and free as long as the one true religion of man is the worship of the bottom line, money. And that's the mind fuck, man.
From every mountainside.
Because 5 years ago, we came one step closer to freedom, when Dr. King championed and won the right for all men to vote equally and freely.
And women.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you. Men and women of all races and creeds. But just a few years later, when he spoke out against a war being fought for profit, he was shot dead. Coincidence? They know that his death is a roadblock to our revolution. I mean, they will kill anyone that gets in their way. Our brothers and sisters in Kent State, you, me. It's scary to think what might happen when we go out there and march today. I mean, I know that we've been at this for a long time, and it's easy to become tired. I am tired. That is the true danger. This inner battle. this will be our true test, our true fight. And so I beg of you, after today's march, when the dust settles from our shoes, when we put down our signs, when our troops come home from the Far East and other faraway lands, if our leaders actually speak not to the people, but for the people, do we stop? Mission accomplished? Complacent with our faith in a system we will have fought so hard to change? No! If our leaders one day look out and see no one storming the Bastille, that is the day that we will lose everything that we have fought so hard for. Because for every moment that we sit doing nothing, know that those in power are working tenfold to keep their power, feeding us lies through the media with the promise of material goods, diverting us from our revolution. We cannot buy into their illusion of freedom. We must always hold our leaders accountable. We cannot become slaves to a far more dangerous institution than any one war or exchange of ideas. Because the moment that we do that, we will find ourselves lost, consumed in our own consumption without hope, and with the feeling that nothing can be done. And so today, we march, and we scream to our supposed masters, our kings, our tyrants, our president. We scream, let our people go! Ramses heard it in Thebes, Caesar heard it on the Palatine, Louis heard it in Versailles, Stuart heard it in Whitehall, the White Tsar heard it in the Kremlin. This, the great cry of the centuries. We unite today so that our lives can be forever cemented in the pursuit of what is right. And so that the people of our school, our state, our country, and the